right, I'm Jazz again here with the impromptu artist interviews here at South by Southwest with DAWA Studios, and I'm here with OG Ron C. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you're here with, why you're here at South by Southwest.
Well, what's up, world? I'm pretty sure most of the world might know me. Just in case you don't know me, I'm OG Ron C, Chop Star's finest. I'm responsible for keeping the world slowed down, and chopped up to perfection, as we call it, So me and the Chop Stars, so that's what we do. Slow down the world. We're keeping DJ Screw's legacy alive.
Yes, so talk a little bit about what that's like. Because I remember a time period where, like, as you said, people would just automatically know. You say the name, Chop Stars, DJ Screw, people kind of know. Unfortunately, with the way social media has people's attention, the younger generation, I've come across some people who don't seem as familiar. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago, there was like this trend on TikTok of like slowing music down, and people were like calling it something else.
Yeah, slow the reverb. Shout out to that girl, Dev. That's my girl, Dev Lemons. That's my girl.
So, what has it been like for you keeping that style alive?
Well, I guess when you're trying to hold on to something, it's really not easy because you're trying to hold on to it and you don't really feel like, especially when you feel like people is not holding on as tight as you are to something. So it's really kind of, just keeping up. And I wouldn't say it's as difficult because now it's when you're used to it being on a local, it's on the national wide level now. That's the reason why now you can see like my Spotify numbers is bigger than they ever been now. Like I have almost 3 million monthly listeners now on Spotify, so that lets us know that Chop and Screw music is not dead.
There we go.
And we still doing projects. We still doing Drake stuff. We still doing Metro Boomin, Finesse 2 times. We still chopping up the major projects. So
I think that's a really good point because for a long time, chopped and screwed music was very much associated with the South and with Houston or my hometown of Lake Charles, right? And now it has been adopted by other artists, so it's alive and well, as you said, maybe more popular than ever, but it's more spread out. And even incorporating it with styles like that of artists like Drake, that's one of those things that like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I feel like nobody would have ever anticipated something like that. So, like, how did something like that come about? Was that something where Drake said, this is something I want to incorporate? Is it something that happened organically? Or were y'all out here looking for other artists and saying, like, yo, we need to find people who want to incorporate this style in their music?
Well, one thing I will say, let me say this first before I answer that question. One thing I will say so people know, and in case they don't know, that we are about, breaking new artists. We are about discovering new artists. We're about using our platform to break new artists and their music. So most of our relationships come from artists, when they was nothing, like Don Toliver, like the Drakes, like the Futures. All these guys were the Megan Thee Stallions, the Erica Banks. All these guys were at their ground level of their career. I'm not gonna say they were nothing, because everybody's something. Yes. So just they was at the ground level of their careers. So with being on the level, well, we always like to be on that ground level. So now that we're still here and we're still working with the artists, that's the key thing, is working with the artists from the ground level. So when they do become the next Drakes, they do become the next Futures, they do become the next, big time stars, they are, they know that slow down music played an intricate part in their coming up in their career, so they're keeping it alive. Like I said, Don Toliver, he used to come and dance at he used to just be one of the dancing guys that just come and dance with him and his crew, at one of our clubs. And he just said, man, he knew he was doing a lot of mixtapes. He just gave us a whole handful of songs. Said, man, y'all just keep me on y'all mixtapes, and that's what we did, and we played this stuff on the radio, on our mixtapes, and look at him, and here we are.
He's grown so much.
And
it looks like y'all are growing too. So tell me a little bit about what brought you to South by and what exactly your involvement is with South by this year.
Well, again, going back to being an advocate for the independent artists and the people from the ground up, this is kind of one of the things that we do to support artists from the ground up. We throw showcases during a pivot time of the year which is South by Southwest for artists. So we do showcases. We have a Music Monday showcase tonight. Wednesday we'll have the official South by SXSW showcase. Then we'll have also our Chop Stars and Friends showcase. So we use our platforms. Me and Michael Watts, who created the Swish House together. I created the Swish House, me and Michael Watts. We do a Texas is Lit showcase. So we're discovering new artists. That's the thing. And then this year we're here early. We've been here early because, our app. We just relaunched.
We got an app.
Yeah, we have an app. We have the world's first and only Chopped and Screwed app. We have 15 different genres of music. From pop to Spanish to gospel, slow down music. So yeah,
so
we really the kings of this
plays
shit.
Only Chopped and Screwed music.
Yes, of course, the Chop Not Slop app, and this year is because things are going to we're taking it to a new level now because we have 1 million people of our app. So we're taking it to another level now with NFTs and digital collectibles. So now we're transforming from the app to the wallet, Chop Wallet. So which the wallet is going to give you more interaction with us, period. We know what Web3 is. Web3 is a little bit more owning. So we're giving people a chance to own more things when it comes to the Chop Stars and collect more things from us. And, with this NFT thing going, the way it's going, we just making sure that we stay ahead of the time. So with the Chop Wallet, that's what the Chop Wallet is. It's bringing, keeping slow down music alive, but also innovating, moving with the times too in Web3.
That is amazing to hear about how all this has evolved. So I want to know more about this. What did you call it? The South by SXSW?
Yeah.
The South by SXSW showcase. So I hadn't heard about that till just now when you said it, and I'm intrigued. Who's gonna be there? When is it? Where is it?
Well, let me show you. You might have heard about South by SXSW, but just didn't know. But A$AP Rocky, when he first came out, A$AP Rocky was our first. This is, I think, our 9th year. This is our 9th year, and A$AP Rocky was one of our first artists that when he first blew up. That first year he blew up. That was one of our first featured artists is South by SXSW. So South by SXSW is, at 10 years ago, Texas was about syrup.
Yes.
And, it was about the lean. And, so it was, that's where we came up with the South by SXSW theme from. And it was just basically saying all the top artists in Texas. This is what we do in Texas. When y'all come here, this is what it was. So it became an official showcase with just, and showcase and party. So we just used that. Like we have, Erica Banks this year, Mexican OT, BSGG Lil Man, oh man, Little Jeremy, Spotty Wi-Fi. We have a lot of,
I like those names. So it sounds like even though there's a greater appreciation for Chopped and Screwed music over like a larger area, y'all are still very much true to the Texas artists.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can't forget where you're from now. You can't forget who held you down. When you get out the town, don't forget who held you down.
Of course not. So what's next for the Chop Stars?
Oh man, just like I said, taking it to the next level and keep on innovating with the music and digital collectibles, as I was talking about, and NFTs with non-fungible tokens, and we have a Chop coin that's coming out. We have a very you got to jump into the Chop wallet and check out our whole ecosystem. We just built a whole ecosystem for Chopped and Screwed music, so that's next for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Definitely got to check that out. So now I want to ask you a couple of questions about your career. What has kept you doing this for so long?
The Chop Stars, just wanting to keep the legacy of DJ Screw going also, and then having these young guys to come behind us and just they also want to keep it going too. So that's what, is motivating me to keep it. DJ Candlestick, DJ Holly Grove, Slim K, all my crew, they just, those are the younger guys, and they, and Lil Steve and all them, and Daxter and all these guys, they are the younger guys that's keeping it, the legacy of Screw going. So, that's where I'm at with it now. It's 35 years I've been doing this music, so.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's a long time to stick with one brand and to just keep going. So for you, is it the fact that the younger guys have so much enthusiasm and it just kind of like keeps a fire lit for you?
Yeah, it do, because that's what keeps me going. After that 35 years, that's what actually keeps me going. And then, things like as we evolving and elevating into our brand, like to have our own day, we have our own day. I have my own day. OG Ron C. The Chop Stars has his own day, July the 1st, and we have a whole week of events leading up to July the 1st, all the way from DJ Screw's Day, June the 27th, to Chop Stars Day, July the 1st. It's a whole week, and we call it Chop Week, of just, of different things and events, education. We're educating artists. We're giving financial literacy to, it's different. We have conferences. We have all kind of things during that Chop Week. So we steady trying to, and we're going to keep on, holding the legacy down and just doing what we can do for independent artists on our platform.
So it sounds like it's more than the music for you that's keeping you going. It sounds like it's a lifestyle and a mission.
Definitely.
So what is it that you want to see for these young artists, especially these young Texas artists? How do you want to see the musical landscape evolve for them and become better for them?
I think it should be, like I said, more. I want to use my platform to reach because in Texas we've always been a contentment. Because Texas is a big place. That little area that you might think is small, which is Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, we call that the A-lot. Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. Okay. Because we've made a lot of money. You can make a lot of money right there in that. So that became a almost a ceiling, and it was kind of double-edged sword for our artists here, because they seeing, hey, well, we can get it like Slim Thug, Mike Jones, and Power Wild just from Texas, and we ain't got to go and promote our music nowhere else, because we can get big houses, we can drive Bentleys, we can have all the big, and we ain't got to go that far. So what I want the artists to know, is like, that's the reason why we keep expanding our platform, because we want the artists to be able to not have that contentment that we had at Swisher House, and be able to, sell music in Montana and Delaware and all over the world.
Yeah, and obviously the audience is out there, as shown by your Spotify numbers, the app, and everything. That really is amazing. So before we get out of here, once again, go ahead and shout out DAWA Studios and let us know where we can find you. Shout out your Instagram, your Twitter, the name of the app, all of that.
Already, OG Ron C. You can catch me at OG Ron C. at the Chop Stars. You can catch me every Sunday also, Sirius XM Sound 42. That's where we chop up the best music every Sunday and Tuesday. And also, big shout out to DAWA Studio, man, for looking out for all the independent artists and independent creators, man. Big shout out.